just chatting for a second and then switch us back to Sky Ensign Technology, so it makes it easier for Drummer to cut up these videos. Boop. There we go. EJ's Rocket and Crane review. Yeah, Yarg. Classy. What the heck? You got a lot of projects. I'm sure it's a great plan. I don't need any more projects, Sawyer. I don't. Yeah, no. I want to. And there's some good rust-free pickings down here. I definitely looked. Yeah, you can hop into an OBS or I don't know. I think I found like a 5.0 F-150 4x2 for like $2,500, something like that. Yeah, not a lot. Rust-free. I mean, it has the snot beaten out of it with like over 200,000 miles, but whatever. It's fine. It's fine. Tim has a news van that's complete, just saying. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, it says the guy that tried to get me to buy like $100,000 conversion van. Yeah, and then, yeah. Yeah, no, that's cute. That's cute. How about you build it? Okay, and you do your own casts from your own place. I can't afford to fix it since your OBS. I don't need another one. Yeah, neither do I, to be honest with you. So yeah, we'll be picking up the Transporter-12 coverage here momentarily. I'm just waiting for them to go live. How about you do that as my new theme song? Yeah, there you go. Hey, you wanted the DHS party van. Yeah, okay. No, I didn't. You did. You're just not remembering. Yeah, probably, Yarg. We probably could. That's provided it makes it home. But yeah. Anyway, I'm down here to do rocket stuff, not necessarily car stuff. So another time. Another time. I remembered once, then I forgot. Okay, Nillo's dope. This is the first time. All right, we're doing rapid iterative on location testing. So this time, just we're minimum. This time we're minimum viable. Yeah. In the future, we could build out the EJ on location experience. Is Das teaching you about the cameras and how they work? Why would he need to teach you about the cameras and how they work? I know how they work. That's why he had me help him install one, T-Man, because I knew how to put it together. Ask SpaceX to ship the car to Florida. This time shall be different. Okay, coverage should be popping up here in a moment. And we'll see where it goes. Hey, there it is. All right, yeah, all right. So let's pop this in. Yeah, baby.
The technology caught up to them.
It's not going right. It's not going right, has it? Okay. Oh, uh, it. Did, um, NSF has a lot of things, Deadbringer. Yep, yep, no stream for me, I guess. How about we do that and then do that and then see if this thing is, going to decide to work. Yeah, baby. Yeah, I was just there. Why is it all choppy? Don't be choppy. Don't be choppy. All right, hang on. Let me shut off the Googles. Google Earth. It's probably... There we go. Much better. $5 miles away in bandwidth issues. No, wrong state. Wrong state. All right, it's California, man. At least this one is. How was seeing Starship? It was pretty good.
Welcome to the webcast for the Transporter-12 mission. Falcon 9 is currently scheduled to lift off in just under 11 minutes and 14 seconds from now from Space Launch Complex 4 East at Vandenberg Space Force Base, which is just a few hours north from us here in Hawthorne, California. Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in. I'm Somi Srivastava, a heat shield engineer here at SpaceX, and I'll be your host for today's mission. We are thrilled to be sending an incredible 131 payloads on today's flight, including CubeSats, microsats, and orbital transfer vehicles carrying 30 of those payloads, 14 of which will be deployed at a later time.
I'm not on vacation,
All
Rin.
spacecraft
I'm working.
will separate from the second stage across 101 deployment events, scheduled to start around the T plus 54-minute mark and conclude about 2.5 hours after liftoff. This launch marks our 7th flight of the year and our 14th dedicated smallsat rideshare program launch between our Transporter and Bandwagon missions. To date, SpaceX has launched more than 1,100 payloads to orbit for more than 130 customers across our entire rideshare program. If you're interested, a full list of payloads are on spacex.com/launches. We are currently working towards a liftoff of 11:09 a.m. Pacific time, which is in about 10 minutes from now. If needed, there is a backup launch opportunity tomorrow, January 15th, at the same time. But right now, the weather is currently green on the Central Coast, and the range is ready to support. With that, let's take a look at one of the payloads launching on today's mission, MBZ-SAT. Developed entirely by UAE engineers at the Mohammed bin Rashid Space Center, or MBRSC, the MBZ-SAT Earth Observation Satellite will become the most advanced satellite in the region, offering unprecedented image accuracy and offer improved data transfer and download speeds. Here's more from our customer, MBRSC.
Note that Falcon 9 second stage there.
It's our biggest satellite that we've ever built.
If you guys look at Falcon 9 second stage, when they put it back, it has the gray ring on the second stage. That gray ring is there for thermal protection. No, not for reentry. It's there for cryogenic propellant management. Actually, fuel propellant management for a long duration mission. That means this stage is going to spend a lot of time up there deploying these payloads. Transporter has, this is just one of the payloads on it. This mission has 131 payloads on it, if I'm remembering correctly. Let me just double check myself just to be sure. Come on. Trying to get the deets, but it doesn't want to. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's 131. So what these transporter missions are is a small sat mission, a small sat rideshare mission. So basically, Falcon 9 schedules one of these transporter missions every couple of months, more or less. And what they do is They, Falcon 9 has this amount of payload mass that they can send into space. And what they do is they fill that up with not one big primary payload, but a bunch of smaller ones. You see the gray ring on the stage right there. And basically, everybody ride shares all together. So all these small sat launchers or all these small satellite manufacturers can put their small sats on Falcon 9, and you don't pay a lot here. These rideshare missions, by far and away, on Falcon 9 are the least expensive, most cost-effective way to get something into space. And Falcon 9 being reusable, on top of all that, can make the price is very, very inexpensive. It's the cheapest way. It is the cheapest way to get something into space by a long shot. Hey Shmoog, 118-month resub. Thank you. Yeah, see, look, there you go. There's all the satellites, all these different things, little satellites on board, and everybody paid a little bit. And when all these satellite providers pay this little bit, it equates out to one rocket launch, right? So instead of a dedicated mission for your satellite, you're sharing the ride space with a transporter, and these transporter missions go to basically where the demand is for sending small satellites. In this particular case, this one is going to a sun-synchronous orbit. That's why it's flying out of Vandenberg. It's going to an SSO. A sun-synchronous orbit, long story short, is a good place to put Earth observation satellites, amongst other things. There are other big reasons to put stuff there. But what basically happens with a sun-synchronous orbit or an SSO is, there's the landing site. That's Slick 4 West. That's where that rocket's coming down. The first stage will come back down and land basically right next to the launch site at Vandenberg, which is cool. The sun-synchronous orbit basically uses Earth's precession to perturb satellites' orbit to make sure that they fly over the same spot at the same time every day. There's a pretty high demand to put stuff there. If you guys are wondering, Earth observation, so SpySats and stuff are in sun-synchronous if you really want to know. 5 minutes and 30 out here for the Transporter-12 mission launching out of Slick 4E at Vandenberg. Now, they just showed the landing site. I want to show you guys. The landing site is right there. That's where that camera was. It's over here. So Slick 4 out at Vandenberg used to be a twin-pad Titan launch complex. So there was a pad down the hill over there, and then there was a pad right here. There's Slick 4 East and Slick 4 West. SpaceX got the leases for these pads in 2000. Got the leases for the excuse me, the leases for these launch complexes in the late 2000s, and they converted one into a launch pad, and then eventually converted the other one into a landing pad, which makes sonic booms when stuff comes back down. This is my favorite video. See, they converted the other one to a landing pad.
That sonic boom is great for us.
This video gets me fired up, dude.
Broke the sound barrier.
Side booster separation confirmed.
Yeah, baby.
So the two sonic booms here in the room.
Booster landing confirmed.
It's pretty good, man. Yeah.
At just
See the
under
gray
T minus
stripe?
4 minutes, all systems are
Okay.
currently go for an on-time liftoff.
Strong back retract.
Next up, the truss structure next to the vehicle, known as a strong back, will start to retract. In preparation for retraction, the clamps around the second stage will open, which, if we look on our screen, they have already opened.
Yeah, the clamps are.
And then the strong back will recline away from the vehicle, which you can see it is slowly moving away.
What's the reason for 3 sonic booms per booster? Why do you hear the pop pop? Well, sonic booms have to do with a portion of the vehicle, a portion of air moving over the vehicle, traveling faster than the speed of sound. The whole thing does not necessarily break the sound barrier all at once, okay? because once again, in order to understand how breaking the sound barrier works, you have to understand how something flies through the air. The airspeed over an object flying through the air, like an unladen swallow, would be different in different areas, right? So, like, think about how a wing works on a bird or an airplane, right? You're going to have air moving faster at low pressure over the top of the wing, and then you're going to have air moving slower at higher pressure over the bottom of the wing, right? The airspeed is actually different. Different parts of the vehicle can be breaking the sound barrier, and different other parts aren't. This is why you hear multiple sonic booms. The sonic booms, or at least appear to hear multiple cracks. Technically, there's an infinite amount of cracks, but you hear some more than others. The kind of triple boom that you hear is the front of the vehicle, the landing legs, they stick out a little bit, and the grid fins. That's what you hear. Ba-ba-boom. You're hearing the three most audible parts of the vehicle where air is traveling faster than the speed of sound, right? That's why you hear multiple. It's not just one thing is breaking the sonic boom. Oh, it's breaking the sound barrier. You're going to hear one sonic boom. No. No, it makes different parts of the vehicle will make different booms. Hey, Big Gun, what's going on? Nice to see you struggling less. I don't know what that means, but all right. Oh, you're talking about Newgland. Dude, I was getting a little fed up. I probably shouldn't have been that much of a jerk, but I was very tired. Yeah, so different parts of the vehicle can be breaking the sound barrier and different parts of the vehicle can't. Now, keep in mind, there is one point where the entire vehicle will be breaking the sound barrier, and that's technically when your supersonic regime starts. There's a nominal area between 0.8 Mach and 1.2 Mach called the transonic regime, where some of it's breaking the sound barrier and some of it isn't. Yeah, interesting stuff, right? But different parts of the vehicle can be breaking the sound barrier and other parts aren't. So, T-minus 1 minute, we should be going into
Falcon
startup.
9 is in startup.
There we go. There was a ground gas closeout indicating that second stage commodities are loaded. They do purge the line out, which is why you see that puff of smoke come out of the gray structure on the right.
Launch director, go for launch.
We just heard from the launch director, so at T-minus 40 seconds, all systems are go for launch of Transporter-12.
All right. I'm just going to turn that down. Actually, we're not. It's just a little bit on the loud side.
Discovery, go and throttle up.
T-minus 30. Chat, are you go for Transporter-12? I would say yes. Okay. Laser Drifter, 43 months. What's going on, buddy?
T-minus 15 seconds.
That looks pretty go to me. 15. All right, here we go.
10, 9, 8.
Sound suppression
7,
system
6,
should be priming.
5,
there we go.
4,
Sound suppressor's on.
3, 2,
Ignition.
1. Ignition. Liftoff of the Falcon 9. Go
Okay.
SpaceX, go Transporter-12.
Liftoff, Transporter-12, carrying 131 satellites to a sun-synchronous orbit out of Vandenberg Space Force Base.
Stage 1 propulsion is nominal.
Good call from the Flight Dynamics guy, or the SpaceX akin to Flight Dynamics guy, calling it propulsion is good. Vehicle's pitching over, and it's Falcon 9 is executing a roll program.
We are now 32 seconds into flight.
Oh, what
Falcon
a
9
shot.
has cleared the tower at Space Launch Complex 4 East, and we're currently throttling down to prepare for max Q, which is the point of maximum
Should hear a
aerodynamic
call for
stress
power
on
and
the
telemetry.
vehicle.
Power and telemetry nominal.
Good call. Engines are going to be throttling down for maximum dynamic pressure after the supersonic call.
Falcon 9 is supersonic.
There we go. Now the rocket's going to enter a period called maximum dynamic pressure here. Max Q is where peak aerodynamic load gets exerted on the vehicle. Basically, Falcon 9 at this point, there's the call for it.
We just had max Q. Now we have 5 events coming up in quick succession, starting.
Max Q is basically where there's peak compression load being exerted on the vehicle because Falcon 9 can't move the air out of the way fast enough. So they throttle the engines down to not accordion their rocket. Now, as the commentator was saying, the next steps here are main engine cutoff, stage separation, and second stage engine start. Basically, that's when, well, the second stage will separate here. The second stage will have a single engine. We'll probably see a shot of it looking up the business end here in a moment. That's usually what SpaceX cuts to. And then actually, what's going to be really cool is you're going to see it separate from the stage, and you're going to see the first stage turn around. Thrusters that are basically, well, you can see the thruster, what's called a thruster block, the attitude control system block right there. Those things are basically going to fire, and they're going to spin that first stage around, and they're going to fire the engine, so the first stage will go back down and land next to the landing pad. This is called an RTLS burn here, a return to launch site burn, or the boost back for an RTLS.
Stage separation
Okay,
confirmed.
there's a shot looking up the business end on the left, shot of looking down at the right. Should get an upper stage ignition. There, the thrusters firing. First stage is going to turn around.
Stage 1 boost back startup.
And Falcon 9's first stage center engine, the E9 engine, is going to light. There it is. And Falcon 9 is going to boost back to the landing site. The landing site is right there. It took off from right here, and the landing pad is right next to it.
And there you heard, and we had some awesome views
Beautiful
of
shot
those
out
5
there in
events that
California.
happened back to back, which were main engine cutoff, stage separation, stage 1 flip, second engine start 1, and boost back burn on the first stage. Coming up next will be fairing separation.
This one's carrying 131 small satellites. You can see all of them right there.
Fairing separation confirmed.
Boom.
Great
Look at all
call
of
out
them.
there of
It's a
fairing
Christmas tree of
separation
satellites.
and an awesome view of our payloads.
Fairing separation confirmed.
As a reminder, those fairings will make their way back to Earth for recovery. Both halves of the fairing are flight proven, with one side flying for its 19th time and the other for its 18th time.
Stage 1 boost back shut down.
And we just had the end of boost back burn. The next major milestone coming up is entry burn on our first stage, which is scheduled to occur around the T+6 minute mark.
Basi, if you care, you should be able to see them down there. In this shot, it'd be up. The wildfires are over there. They're top of the camera. They're that way. If you care, and in this shot, they're over there.
Vehicles are on a nominal trajectory.
No sequels.
On the left-hand side of your screen, we just saw the 4 grid fins
thank
deploy.
you, Stat.
Falcon 9 is equipped with 4
green
hypersonic
screen, yeah,
grid
it's
fins
nice.
positioned near the top of the first stage that help steer the first stage as it returns to Earth. And we're currently in our first MVAC burn, and this burn should last for another few minutes. And as I mentioned, the next milestone will be the first stage entry burn, which is coming up in about a minute and a half. Today, Falcon 9 is performing 2 burns in order to land. That first burn, known as the entry burn,
Dispose of
slows
it,
the
Adrian.
vehicle down before hitting the denser parts of the Earth's atmosphere. Today's entry burn will be a single-engine entry burn where only E9 will relight.
Yep.
Without this burn, we'd only be using the atmospheric drag to slow down Falcon 9, which would add extra stress to the vehicle. Following entry burn, the booster will initiate the landing burn, which should slow down the vehicle even more for a successful landing.
Single-engine supersonic retropropulsion. Maz, the fairings, I've heard fairings being reused up to 20 times. So this is a shot from the ground on the left, looking up the business end of Falcon 9 here. You're going to see
The white puffs coming off of Falcon 9 that you see on your screen are cold nitrogen gas, which help with
You're gonna see
attitude
this.
control.
you're going to see supersonic retropropulsion from the business end, which is the best here. Yeah, as the announcer said, those are attitude control thrusters. They're compressed nitrogen. They just shoot nitrogen out the sides to get Falcon 9 to turn, so the business end is facing towards what's called the windward velocity of the vehicle. Falcon 9 is going to do this entry burn here, and what that does is the engine is actually being used as a heat shield. But more importantly, it's not the physical hardware of the engine. The engine exhaust is being used as a heat shield to protect Falcon 9 from the reentry heating that's
An
happening.
awesome view of the Channel Islands on the right-hand side of your screen, coming up on
Watch.
the start of entry burn in just a few seconds.
When the entry burn starts, the way the gases kind of propagate coming out of the rocket engine, it takes the shape of a heat shield, which is super cool. This is my favorite part. Falcon 9 fires its engines into a plasma stream to protect it. It's fighting plasma with fire, which is really, really
Stage
cool.
1 entry burn start
Here we go. There it is. Oh, look, it's heat shield shaped.
There's
That's
the
the
start
best.
of entry burn. It should last about 15 seconds.
Stage 1 entry burn shutdown.
Now you're really going to see those grid fins doing some work to steer this
And
thing
we
back
just
to
had
the pad.
confirmation of entry burn shutdown. And as I
Yeah,
mentioned earlier,
baby.
we will be attempting to recover
That's
this
awesome.
booster for the second time today, and are
Here she
targeting
comes.
a land landing
Stage 1 FTS has safed.
at Vandenberg's LZ4.
Look at the grid fin steer that thing. Oh, baby.
Today's landing
It's
burn
coming right
attempt
at
will be a
us.
3-engine landing burn, where engines 1, 5, and 9 will
That's
relight
so good.
to really quickly slow down the vehicle.
I'm
before
geeking out,
touching
man.
down.
I'm getting nerd chills. Chad, I'm getting nerd chills. Help. No, don't. Don't help.
Stage 1 transonic.
All right, you should see the engines fire up here for the landing burn. Oh, that's sick. So good, dude. So those gases coming out were them priming the engines again to fire it, just like
Stage
that.
1 landing burn.
And, oh, here she comes.
Start of landing burn.
Should get a landing leg deploy here momentarily.
Stage 1 landing leg deployed.
Dude. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Oh.
Stage 1
Touchdown.
landing confirmed.
And
That was
as
sick.
You saw
That
and
was
heard,
sick.
we had
That
a
was
successful
sick.
first stage
Oh,
landing
man.
at landing zone
Stage 2 internal
4,
guidance.
That never gets old.
which marks the second
So
landing for this
cool.
specific booster, which previously supported NROL 126. This marks the 397th landing of an orbital class booster. Next up, we're
Spicy.
expecting the shutdown of the second stage MVAC in about 10 seconds from now.
The reason why, you know,
Stage 2 FTS has safed.
we should get a second stage engine cutoff here in a moment. The reason why that's super cool, the reason why I'm geeking out a little bit more than normal is because, you know, RTLSs don't happen very often nowadays. It's mostly drone ship landings. It's very rare that you get to see the booster coming down from the ground, like from the ground perspective, which is awesome. What a beast. You know, just for some reference here, Falcon 9, that first stage is
Nominal parking orbit.
good call for second stage engine cutoff and a
We
nominal
just had
parking
successful
orbit.
cutoff of our second stage engine, and we heard the call out for good orbit. Coming up next, we have the second burn of our MVAC engine on board the second stage, or SES-2, around the T plus 50 minute mark.
There you go.
After that, the first batch of deployments will begin at about T plus 54 minutes. We'll be back in about 40 minutes to bring you live coverage of SES-2. Until then, enjoy the space views, and we'll see you back here soon.
I was saying that Falcon 9, guys, is Falcon 9's first stage is 15 stories tall. It's 150 feet, give or take. Like, so a 15-story building, right? Keep in mind, let me show the South Padre Island view. This building right here, we are 12 stories up. Falcon 9 is taller than this building. The first stage standing upright is taller than the building that I'm in. And we are not in a small building either. Is that a blimp? Yeah, there's a dirigible out there on South Padre Island. Yep. But, yeah, it's really cool seeing that thing come down. It's a skyscraper, man. Yeah, you really got to see the grid fins doing work. That's why I love these RTLSs so much, and that's part of the reason why I wanted to come here and cover it. It's so cool. There's a what? World War II invasion blimp. It's an aerostat. Can I please see the blimp? No, I don't want to show it to you anymore. Does a second stage stay adrift or burn up on reentry? So another viewer actually asked that sim as well. The second stage on this type of mission it'll end up doing a deorbit burn. It'll either do a deorbit burn or, well, I'm looking at the telemetry from the stream right now. It's 28,767 at 162. That's decaying. 162 kilometers up it'll come back down eventually. This stage will be disposed of. It's just an aerostat, chat. Yeah, Blimp's not here, man. Dave's not here, Blimp. Wait, Dave Blimp? You confused me. Sorry. Is there a Starship launch planned for today? No, Wraithing, there's not. It's a little too foggy today. There's your aerostat. I'm going to keep calling it a blimp because apparently it makes people angry. Dave Limp. Yeah, Starship is out there somewhere. I don't know if you can see it, but it's out there somewhere. It's just beyond the fog, believe it or not. Never seen the delay this good. Your response time is almost immediate. Oh, okay. You found something. Oh boy, here we go with the gov deals. Oh no. No, I can't do that right now. I can't do that. I don't need any distractions. Jeez. Wasn't being funny. I really like airships and dirigibles. I was, though, Riv. That was the point. I was trying to be funny. But anyway, yeah, Aerostat, man. All good. All good. You want to see it again? Riv, I'll show it again just for you. See it over there on the right? Pretty sick. Pretty sick. There you go. What if I found an F40PH? Yeah, that's cool. All right, guys. Well, here's the thing. It is now 1:20 local time here. I actually have to go. I have to go help with setup for the Starship streams that will be coming at you tomorrow. There's a lot of setup work involved to do the NSF streams here. Hey, Stat. Statler and Waldorf. 2-month resub. Thanks, man, with the little dancing emote.
Discovery, go and drop
Flaxter, 48-month resub. Thank you. So I got to go help out with NSF, but I will be back here for the next Falcon 9 launch. I am keeping my streak going. I have not missed a Falcon 9 launch this year. I'm going to keep that streak going. We're keeping that streak alive. Keep that streak alive. Don't want to get sued, so I'm going to change the words to the song. That's how the lyrics don't go. Anyway, let's see. So the next one coming up is Blue Ghost Hakuto R. Transporter-12 still has a long way to go. They have 130 satellites to deploy, so there's still plenty of mission left there. But next one I'm going to be here for is Blue Ghost Hakuto R, which is 11 hours from now. 11 hours from now. So yeah, should be good. So I hope you're enjoying these on location EJ streams. I hope you enjoyed that little mini space and rocket review. I remember when we were actually able to keep up with him. I beat EJ's record by 1. Seller is Virginia Polytechnical. The thing has been babied its entire life, minus the amateur dings into the bed. And it's on your drive home. I'm not, dude. I know I have a carcane problem, okay? I get it. I cannot be distracted by vehicles right now. There's way too much to do. Do not tempt me. That is not me being funny. Do not do this. Seriously. There are so many old trucks around down here because, you know, it's Texas and doesn't really rust too much. Like, just don't do that. The last thing I need is to be distracted by cars, okay? You need Trucker Dylan's streaming backpack. I have plans, Tavern Long. I don't need Trucker Dylan stuff. I got a DOS, all right? I have a DOS. Believe me, we're cooking up something. Let's just say there may or may not be more streams between now and that Blue Ghost Hakuto R mission. We'll see, okay? We'll see. Anyway, I got to get going. Gene's waiting for me, so I am going to be out. The next time I will see you here in this beautiful, beautiful hotel room, right, with very, very nice tones and stuff. The next time I'll see you is in here is a little bit later tonight. Well, tonight for Hakuto R. The next 48 hours are going to get ridiculous because remember, guys, and this is the last thing I'm going to tell you. We have Hakuto R. So we just had Transporter-12. There's Hakuto R Blue Ghost 1, which is at 1 Eastern tonight. Technically tomorrow morning. Starship is at 5 p.m. tomorrow. And then New Glenn is at 1 a.m. the following day after that. There is a lot of rockets. That's 1 of 4 in the next... 48 hours. It's going to be crazy. This is going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy, and there's a lot of work that we have to do. So I'm going to leave you there. I will see you guys sometime today, a little bit later today. Thank you very much for watching, and have a good rest of your day. I got stuff planned. Stuff. planned. Don't worry. Be happy. No, we'll see if we can get more stuff in there. So, signing out from South Padre Island. I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you.